Yes, we're recording now. All right. Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of, well, I don't know, total episode of whatever, I don't know, but episode 2 that will end up on YouTube, but it will also be a podcast, obviously. But this is the Brothers Grail. This is the Brothers Grail where me, Quinn Dog, reads the Gideon Bible, the King James Gideon Bible, to my Nimrod brothers, the Captain and Kebevin. Hello, boys. Hello, Captain. How are you?
I was going to say, for any first-time watchers, wonder if they'd be able to pick who the captain and who was.
Yeah, that is, I guess, well, yeah, I guess that should be pretty obvious. What's going on? Oh, by the way, it's Resurrection Day. We're recording on Jesus's Resurrection Day. And did you get chocolate, Captain? No, we already covered that. You didn't.
No, I don't do that.
You're a non-chocolate man. And Kebevin, who is dressed up as a sloth today. How was your Jesus Resurrection Day?
I resurrected late and ate all the kids' chocolate.
I respect that. I had a hot cross bun and now I'm on the whiskey. So there we go.
I want whiskey.
Jesus Day.
Oh, that reminds me.
I'm at least drinking the blood of Christ.
Oh yeah.
I've got a orange Jameson bottle to give you at some point, Cole.
Yeah. And orange as in it's just literally orange, or has someone thought that putting oranges in it might be good? Okay, I'm curious. Doesn't sound too good.
Exactly the answer I thought I was going to get from it, but I had it, so I was like, well, see what happens.
Yeah. Yes, well, I'm always open to trying new things. I was waiting to drop that mic. During the interim since our last recording, I went online and I thought, fuck, I'm going to try to drink out of a Grail. So because of my high-level internet shopping skills, I found a Grail. This is literally steel. I can't remember what steel it is. It might be platinum or some shit. I don't know. Maybe that's too expensive. But it's a metal cup. But I was actually expecting a cup that was a real size cup. So, but on some level, I enjoy this a little bit better. So, but I'm having my Jimmy J's out of my Grail, my mini Grail.
I wonder if that's proper shot sized.
No, it's not even a shot.
Too small for that.
It's too small for a shot. But I love it anyway. It's my Grail. So, I was having a real quick re-watch of the previous episode because once again, it's been so long in between recordings because it's my fault. And I noticed that in my idiocy, I named the previous chapter recording chapters 2, 3, and 4 for some reason instead of 1, 2, 3. So we've read chapters 1, 2, and 3 of Exodus. Do you remember what happens?
Pretty fucking dumb.
We started on 2. Lovely.
It was the first episode. We just skipped chapter 1.
No. No, we didn't skip it. I just named the title of the clip wrong. Which is
run with it. We should just run with it and name this one 5, 7, and 9.
Let's do it. Because we make no fucking sense. But
chapter 1, yeah, the first episode.
So fucking just listen, pricks. do you just remember what happened?
Moses is doing.
We met Moses.
Yeah,
he's a ninja, but really shit at it. Like he killed a man, but got found out by everyone.
Killed two in 2 days. Do you remember? But before that, he was, because Egypt was being overrun by Hebrews, if you recall. Pharaoh goes, "Oh, we don't like the Hebrews, so you got to kill the firstborn, or kill all the sons, keep the girls, blah 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 blah." So Levi's.
He also ended up in the Pharaoh's daughter's hands.
Yeah,
I believe.
Correct. So Levi's houses, some descendant of Levi, some daughter had baby Moses, was terrified that the Pharaoh was going to murder him, so threw him in a river, was found by Pharaoh's daughter or something, and was raised by Pharaoh. Then he had to run away for some reason. And so the very last thing that we were up to, I don't know if you remember this bit or not, boys, but he was having a big old chat with the big God, and God said, "You've got to go back to Egypt, tell all of your fellow Hebrews that we got to fuck off out of here And Moses was going, but how are they going to know that you've sent me? And he said, tell them I am sent you. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because
Yes.
God's name is I am. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, it was very dumb, very dumb. And so that's sort of where we're up to. He's been given the mission to go back to Egypt. He's supposed to convince the Hebrews that he's been sent by I am. Then he's got to go to Pharaoh and say, hey, Pharaoh, you got to let us out of here. And Pharaoh's going to go, fuck you. I don't believe that God sent you here. And then God will get to smite Pharaoh. Something like that, right?
I wrote some notes last time and I was trying to figure out what the fuck I wrote meant. And
Yeah.
just now I realized I go back to this movie a lot, Idiocracy. You know how he's trying to get his name on his license and he's like not sure and then he keeps on trying to fix it but it gets worse? I feel like, well, he's trying to get his name and this machine's asking him what it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not that. And then it ends up being his name is not sure. And I feel like God might have named himself accidentally as I am. long range around in a circle, but yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think it makes sense why you'd bring it up at least. Just before we start, am I correct in saying that the Hebrews are in Egypt because of slavery specifically? And
No.
then
They're in Egypt because Technicolor Dreamcoat was awesome Pharaoh advisor and brought all of his family into Egypt to live.
Yeah, so a slave rose up, saved them,
and they were given land,
divination, and then brought his mates in.
Yep.
Yeah, because of the famine. Remember, he was making Egypt super rich. Famine was around the world, so he's like, "Come over here, my boys and girls," and then the Hebrews overran or
he did such a good job that now the Hebrews were going to take over Egypt.
Yeah. Oh, mate. All right, cool.
There's so much to it. And we're bad and we keep forgetting. So anyway, we got up to chapter 3. So we're going to move on to chapter 4, which is basically part of the same discussion. I have not read chapter 4 outside of the first bit. So we're all learning on the fly here. The Old Testament Moses phase Exodus chapter 4, something like that. Then Moses answered and said, but I suppose that they will not believe or listen to my voice. Suppose that they say, the Lord has not appeared to you. So the Lord said to him, what is that in your hand? He said, a rod. Did I say that clearly? A rod. He's got a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from it. That's wizardry.
Magician?
Magicians aren't real.
Am I right saying God just made a snake?
Yeah, out of a rod.
Out of a rod. They reckon it was originally a snake and he turned it into a rod and then he unrodded it, or do you reckon he just created life out of the rod?
No, I don't know how relevant that is, Captain. But
I feel like turning an inanimate object into a living being is pretty extreme. Whereas
you're a rod. You're a serpent. You're a rod.
Do undo seems a little bit more like realistic.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's pause. Maybe we'll find out. Then the Lord said to Moses, reach out your hand and take it by the tail. And he reached out his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. He did do the undo, redo.
That didn't answer my question. It just added another layer.
I reckon he found that stick first, because he would have been like, that's a banging stick. I'm keeping that. And then God made his stick into a snake.
Would be cool if he could use it as a power. Like next time he's in a fight, he just throws the rod at snake.
Like whack, 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 and then loopy, loopy.
Yeah. But it's a venomous snake. That'll make it pretty cool.
I don't know who's talking right now. That they may believe. And it became, take it by its tail, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has appeared to you. So he must be able to do it whenever he wants, I guess. I don't know. Furthermore, the Lord said to him, now put your hand in your bosom. And he put his hand in his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous, like snow. And he said, put your hand in your bosom again. So he put his hand in his bosom again, and he drew it out of his bosom, and behold,
It wasn't leprous.
it
Anyway.
was restored.
Wow. This is some
It was-
good magician shit right here.
Then it will be, if they do not believe you, nor heed the message of the first sign, that they may believe the message of the latter sign. So if they don't believe the snake trick, here comes the leprosy.
The leper trick. Hang on. Sorry, I just realized this is all to prove to people that he is a man of God. So say that I am told me, then throw a rod at them that will turn into a snake, and then disease your hand. Like, what the fuck? Like, this
So
is
when
like
they say magician,
traveling
they mean
carnival
magician.
man.
Yeah. Would that be your go-to if you were trying to, through some conduit person to demonstrate your power? You wouldn't go down the rod/snake route?
No, I'd say I'd say, I am, mate. Can you just, when I'm there, have a chat with everyone simultaneously and say, oi, all of you guys that I'm talking to in your head in a magical way, it's me, a Moses. He's your leader. Follow that guy.
It's your leader.
What's
then
this
he's-
other bullshit for?
But then
Just
Moses
use
is
communication.
he's the only one talking to God.
Yeah, but God can talk to others. He has that.
Surely.
And
Yeah,
his
but
name's I am, mate. Get it right.
Sorry, my bad.
I was wondering a bit earlier that, like, whether God was, so God's on phone call with Moses, right? And so God's in a room with his fucking annoying mates, and he was halfway through about to say, like, I am God, but one of his mates went, oi, mate, what's going on? And sort of distracted him. And he only got to I am. He's like, I can't change my mind now. Yeah, I can't show any weakness, so now I am. And it shall be, if they do not believe even these two signs, or listen to your voice, that you shall take water from the river and pour it on the dry land. The water which you take from the river will become blood on the dry land. It needs 3 layers. So even God doesn't think, like, to make so many redundancies in there, God's going, oh, shit, yeah, I'm giving this dude a hard task here. Don't you reckon?
Thankfully, the language barrier God created hasn't caused any issues at this point.
The Tower of Babylon or whatever.
Then Moses said to the Lord, Oh, my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. So the Lord said to him, Who has made man's mouth? Or who makes the mute, the deaf, the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord?
So that's just him saying straight up, like, everyone who's blind or deaf, I did that.
Yeah, I
No,
guess
he's
he is.
saying
He is.
he's saying I know more than you because I created you, I think, yeah? But also
Maybe.
Little from column A, little from column B.
But also, if God's having this much trouble convincing Moses that this is a good plan, how is Moses going to convince anyone else?
It's
Yeah,
just a test of faith, Kevin. He's just tested him. Are you truly of faith? Do you deserve to be the one having a chat with I am?
I'd be shitting in my dacks if I'm this Moses dude, eh? Like, God's just turning shit into snakes in front of me, and then he's going, go and do these jobs. I'd be terrified of fucking this up, hey?
Worried about my mental health, probably. Just wondering if maybe
He might make me deaf or blind on his own whim. Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall say. But he said, Oh, my Lord, please send by the hand of whomever you may send. Please send by the hand of whomever you may send. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite your brother? I know that he can speak well, and look, he is also coming out to meet with you, and he sees you. He will be glad in his heart. Now you shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with you in your mouth, and with his mouth I will teach you what you shall do. There's a lot of mouth action going on here.
We're going to say, is there anything else that snake can turn into?
Poor Aaron's about to find out, I think.
Who the fuck's Aaron? Moses'
He's
new brother that just appeared?
the Levite, your brother. Aaron must be Moses' brother.
Did he also get chucked in a basket down the river? Like, where did this guy come from?
I don't know. No. So he shall be your spokesman to the people, and he himself shall be as a mouth for you, and you shall be to him as God. Little three-way comms. And you shall take this rod in your hand, which you shall do the signs. So Moses went so that's done. So Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, Please let me go and return to my brethren who are in Egypt, and see whether they are still alive. Sure, I'm pissing someone off with this voice. It's lucky not many people watch this shit. And Jethro said to Moses, Go in peace. Go in peace. Now the Lord said to Moses in Midian, return to Egypt, for all the men who sought your life are dead. Then Moses took his wife, his sons, and set them on a donkey, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of God in his hand, the rod of God.
Ooh, I think that's what I'm going to call mine now.
Don't mod that rod of God. Put it in the sod.
It's time for you to accept God into your life.
Into your mouth.
Oh, and your mouth will know that my mouth knows your mouth.
And Aaron will help. And the Lord said to Moses, When you get back to Egypt, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, for which I have put in your hand. But I will harden his heart, so that he will not let the people go.
So he's creating a massive song and dance that he can do, but he's also going to make the Pharaoh not think it's cool. So all the people will be like, that was amazing, but the Pharaoh's like, fuck off, man, I don't care.
And
so it's going to undermine the Pharaoh?
Is he going to soften the heart of all the Hebrews to make sure they believe in the coup? Like, if he can manipulate the Pharaoh magically in the head, surely he can just do that to all the other people too.
Yeah, if he can harden a heart, can he soften a heart? But it's like he's just puppeteering this whole thing. He can soften a rod.
Oh no, he only affects the infertility of women, and not.
Yeah, he's just puppeteering this whole thing for no fuck it. Like he's toying with these poor pricks.
Oh, to be fair, he is freeing a persecuted people or helping persecuted people.
No, but he's creating the conflict because he's making the Pharaoh not believe them, so there's more conflict.
I'll just harden the mind of Hitler. I think that's really important to make sure that the good side wins.
Yeah. Harden his heart. Then you shall say to Pharaoh, Thus says my Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go, that he may survive me. But if you refuse to let him go, indeed I will kill your son, your firstborn. And it came to pass on the way at the encampment that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. I don't know who they're talking about right now. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at Moses' feet.
Is Zipporah the wife that he chucked on a donkey with his son?
Could be.
And chucking the circumcised skin at the feet of it for. And did God do it? Sorry, did it say the Lord's going to fight someone? Like maybe the return of Goldberg doing some wrestling?
I hope he wrestled someone. I don't know. I'm very confused. I don't know what's going on.
I do like that she just whipped off the foreskin off a child angrily and threw it at someone's feet. Like,
just got to sharpen the stone. Just sharpened stone. That cannot have been pleasant.
There's got to be more to it than just hack off some skin and it's done, doesn't there?
It's like when you're really angry and you're ready to send an angry email. Just wait a day and you won't be as angry. don't cut that foreskin off today. Cut it off tomorrow, and you won't want to throw a foreskin at Moses.
Was that kid 8 days old at that point? Is that how old they had to be?
It's just got to be
8.
before 8.
Well, 8 days.
Before 8 days.
Before, yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Moses' feet and said, "Surely you are a husband of blood to me." So he let him go. Then she said, "Because you are a husband of blood, because of the circumcision." This took a turn that I really haven't followed.
I'm lost.
Yeah. And the Lord said to Aaron, so Aaron's still there, "Go into the wilderness and meet Moses." What? Isn't Moses here? He's got foreskin at his feet.
Has
They threw-
Aaron
they-
ever been around? I thought he was only
Nothing.
mentioned last sentence, and then now
Maybe
he's
Maybe
here.
we need
He's a
to
mo-
go back a little bit and reread it. Maybe we're just not getting something.
I refuse to go back.
That's
I
fair.
look-
Rewatch the episode if you want to hear it again, Kebab.
Yes.
Fuck.
Rewind. Pause it. Go back.
Give us those views, mate.
Go into the wilderness and meet Moses. So he went and met him on the mountains of God and kissed him on the mouth. I added the mouth part. So Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded. So he's practicing his speech. Then Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders and the children of Israel. And Aaron spoke the words which the Lord had spoken to Moses. Then he did the signs in the sight of the people. So the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel and that he had looked on their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped. End of chapter. All right, so that was the end of chapter 4. What were you just talking about then?
We're
So-
going back into the circumcision with
The
stone.
circumcision. Luke was thinking they
Oh.
wouldn't have a sharpened rock on, and he's like, "Wouldn't it be better to chew off the foreskin?" And I'm like, "I don't think you understand how sharp a rock can get. You definitely would prefer a sharp rock."
I didn't say
And if you-
wouldn't it be better. I said I think I'd prefer to have my foreskin chewed off.
same sentiment. But then Luke was saying they were having that conversation on the road to the wilderness or whatever. And I think that Moses was in his brother's house trying to talk him into going at that point. And then the partner was going, "What are you doing?" or some shit.
I
I'm
still
gonna
haven't
throw
checked
a
off our
foreskin at
kid's
ya.
dick.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced they're in Egypt yet. I think they were just practicing, I think. But anyway, let's
Sorry,
Might as well
before,
keep
just
going and
while we're
find out.
talking about the circumcisers, Aaron and
Yep.
his woman.
Yep.
So he's Moses' brother,
Aaron, yeah.
is how they've been referring to him. And
Yep.
then
They were saying his brother through Levi too, I think. So I think it's a
so it
proper
could
brother.
just be like a cousin, maybe.
Possibly.
And
And I did go
I was just gonna say because he did the assassination poorly, buried, failed, and then he fled Egypt back to Israel, where he got married.
I looked it up. I actually looked this up. It's across it's almost in Saudi Arabia, the place that they went to. So fled away from Egypt and then ended up in what is now Saudi Arabia. So it's in a different area.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, so he's gone back to
So
family outside of Egypt.
are you telling
Yeah.
me? Oh, right. So he's is this all happening outside of Egypt as it is?
Correct.
They've only just
So
gotten back to Egypt and they're doing the wonders.
If it's that easy
Yeah.
for him to flee, why can't all the Israelites just do the same thing and go to Saudi Arabia?
Because he's Assassin's
That's
Creed.
a good question.
He's a ninja.
Better release them. Maybe they're like enslaved or whatever. Maybe it's not easy to.
Well, I'm just getting at, like, it's easier to move a single man than a horde of humans. So if he just is sneaking about being an assassin, doing some stabbings, and then he flees,
Yeah.
a bit easier than... But wouldn't the Egyptians be happy for them to leave?
Sounds like
They
Isn't
would
that the
now.
goal?
Yeah. I think it also just drives the story along, as in he left there, he met Jethro, the dad, and I discovered while we were on a little break there that Zipporah is his wife. So it was a bit of a story drive where he got to fuck off, met a chick, got married, had some babies. So the foreskin that got thrown at his feet was his little baby boys.
And she was angry that he was like, we're shipping back to Egypt. And she's like,
So
I'm going to chop off the dick and I'm fucking angry at you because we got to go do God's mission.
take that
Yeah.
foreskin.
She has no faith.
Take that foreskin. Yeah,
He should
exactly.
have just thrown the snake at her. Wonder.
He should have loaded up with some bread and water and said, "Fuck off out of here."
I found a wife easy the first time. I'll find another one. Gone.
Find another one. All right. So let's move on to chapter 5. This is quite a long one. So we might only get through 4 and 5 today. Afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, "Thus says," I don't know what an Aaron sounds like. "Thus says the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast to me in the wilderness." And Pharaoh said, "Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go?" So he doesn't believe him yet. "I do not know the Lord, nor will I let Israel go." So they said, "The God of the Hebrews has met with us. Please let us go 3 days' journey into the desert and sacrifice to the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword."
They just went in and had a chat to the Pharaoh? That wasn't the plan?
Straight up. That's what they got told to do.
Do you have to book time with the Pharaoh, or can anyone just wander in?
Isn't Moses on the run for being a murderer? Like,
No. He must be
What's to
away
stop
long
him
enough.
just going, oh, there he is. Grab
Yeah.
him, guys.
And the king of Egypt said to them, "Moses and Aaron, why do you take the people from their work? Get back to your labor." That's why they're slaves. So he doesn't want to get rid of them.
But if you're a
Yep.
slave, you don't want to get rid of the strong male slaves. You want strong male slaves. So them getting rid of all the males also weakens their workforce as well as weakens the Hebrews. So it's counterintuitive.
I
Anyway,
think their
maybe
plan was the
In the
Hebrew
lob.
women become concubines, and
Yep.
then they will still produce boys. That's
as half Hebrew slaves.
yeah, but the man gets to control their beliefs and culture.
Yeah. Let's run with that. And Pharaoh said, "Look, the people of the land are many now, and you make them rest from their labor." So the same day, Pharaoh commanded the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, "You shall no longer give the people straw to make brick as before. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. And you shall lay on them the quota of bricks which they made before. You shall not reduce it, for they are idle. Therefore they cry out, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our God." Classic boss move. Hey, make them work twice as hard, but got to produce the same amount. "Let more work be laid on the men, that they may labor in it, and let them not regard false words." And the taskmasters of the people and their officers went out and spoke to the people, saying, "Thus says Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go get yourselves straw where you can find it, yet none of your work will be reduced." So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters are just these little new, they're like, "Fuck the man, we're going to gather stubble. We're not gathering straw." Like, I don't get some of this shit. And the taskmasters forced them to hurry, saying, "Fulfill your work, your daily quota, as when there was straw." Also, the officers of the children of Israel, whom Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and were asked, "Why have you not fulfilled your task in making brick both yesterday and today as before?" They're just painting the picture of just treating them like complete bricks. Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried out to the Pharaoh, saying, "Why are you dealing thus with your servants? There is no straw given to make the servants, and they say to us, to make brick." Fuck me. "Indeed, your servants are beaten, but the fault is in your own people." But he said, "You are idle, idle. Therefore you say, Let us go and sacrifice to the Lord. Therefore go now and work, for no straw shall be given to you, yet you shall deliver the quota of bricks." Fuck.
The brick chapter.
oh yeah.
the Three Little Pigs chapter. And the officers of the children of Israel saw that they were in trouble after it was said, "You shall not reduce any bricks from your daily quota." Then as they came out from the Pharaoh, they met Moses and Aaron, who stood there to meet them. And they said to them, "Let the Lord look on you and judge, because you have made us abhorrent in the sight of the Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to kill us." So they're cranky at Moses and Aaron. Is that what I'm gathering there? "For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has done evil to his people. Neither have you delivered your people at all." They are cranky. Oh, fuck. Chapter 6. That was chapter 5.
That's a long one.
Chapter.
I thought you it was just long to get through because of the bricks situation.
No, I thought it was longer. Anyway,
So
not my strong
apparently,
suit.
the stubble is the root of the straw.
So they're not just
So-
going out and shaving people.
So ripping out that means it's going to erode the land and shit. So they kind of did a fuck you right back.
Yeah.
I
But
find
they're
it-
just building
Tension.
tension.
Yeah, 100%.
Chapter 6. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Now you shall see what I will do to Pharaoh, for with a strong hand he will let them go, and with a strong hand he will drive them out of this land, his land." And God spoke to Moses and said to him, "I, the Lord, I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob as God Almighty, but by my name, Lord, I was not known to them. I have also..."
Sorry. You know how Kebevan went on the rant about idiocracy where he was saying the sentence? And he was going to say, "I am the Lord."
And he got cut
And
off.
they cut him off. And that's why he's "I am."
It's all true. That's exactly what happened.
"I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage in which they were strangers. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore say to the children of Israel, I am the Lord. I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. I will rescue you from your bondage, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with great judgments. I will take you as my people, and I will be your God. Then you shall know that I am the Lord your God, who brings you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and I will give it to you as a heritage. I am the Lord."
He's not happy
Moses-
either. No one's happy with Moses.
Oh, you reckon he was chipping Moses there?
Oh, he sounds like he's like, "Come on, man, sell the story. Fuck it, I am, all right."
I think that was just my great acting that gave you that, that impression.
Well, I hope not. I enjoyed it.
So Moses spoke thus to the children of Israel, but they did not heed Moses because of anguish of spirit and cruel bondage. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Go in, tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let the children of Israel go out of his land." And Moses spoke before the Lord, saying, the children of Israel have not heeded me. How then shall the Pharaoh heed me? For I am uncircumcised, for I am of uncircumcised lips.
Lips.
I don't know where that came from.
They chop off the lips.
So is Moses not circumcised?
I thought he was. They knew he was Hebrew.
Well, his wife can obviously do a circumcision. Why doesn't she just do his?
Well-
Man,
Then he'll be sore for 3 days and he might get attacked.
well, hey, among that whole Levite crowd, any weakness shown while
Well,
you're
it
recovering.
was Simeon and Levi, wasn't it? So maybe
It
they're
was.
like, look, just fucking bide your time.
What the fuck does
Well-
circumcised? What did you say? Circumcised of the lips.
How then shall Pharaoh heed me? For I am of uncircumcised lips.
I can just look. If I was a pharaoh, you could be as uncircumcised of the lips as you want to be. I'll still heed you, mate.
You got to heed him anyway,
I'll give it a heed. Yeah.
irrespective of lip circumcision status. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron and gave them a command for the children of Israel and for Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel. This is just one of those just repetitive around circle thing again.
Yeah, I've been falling
to bring
asleep since the brick red.
children out of the land of Egypt. These are the heads of their fathers' houses. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Paula. So now they listen. So Reuben's people were Hannah, Alu, Hezron, and Carmi. These are the families of Reuben. This is going to turn into a genealogy chapter.
Genealogy by
Yeah.
stealth.
Yeah.
And the sons of Simeon were Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zohar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the families of Simeon. These are the names of the sons of Levi according to their generations: Gershon, Kohath, Merari, and the years of the life. They're still getting old. The years of the life of Levi were 137.
Do we get an update on
Oh.
Joseph, or is he just done?
He's not dropping Joseph in here yet. The sons of Gershon were Libni and Shimi, according to their families. The sons of Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. The years of the life of that dude was 133. The sons of Miri were Mahali and Mushi.
There's some good mushy, jammin', and shimmy, I think, are my favorite three.
These are the families of Levi according to their generations. Now, Amram took for himself Jochebed, his father's sister, as a wife, and she bore him Aaron and Moses. Oh, so Jochebed is Moses' mother. And the years of the life of Amram were 137. The sons of Israel were Korah, spelt like Korah, as in spelt like the airbender Korah or the waterbender Korah.
Oh, yeah?
Nepheg, Zikri, and the sons of Uziel were Mishael, Elzaphan, Zithri. Aaron took to himself Elisheva, daughter of Aminadab, sister of Nashadon. Oh, sorry, everyone. The wife bore him Nabdab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But the sons of Korah and were. I mean, I don't want to finish on a genealogy chapter. Eliza's son took for himself one of the daughters of Pithiel's wife. She bore him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites, according to their families. These are the same as Aaron and Moses, for whom the Lord said, "Bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt according to their armies." So the whole point of all that annoying shit was just to say that's the crowd that they're yanking out of Egypt, I guess. These are the ones who spoke to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to bring out the children of Israel from Egypt. These are the same Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass on the day when the Lord spoke to Moses in the land of Egypt, that the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "I am the Lord. Speak to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I say to you." But Moses said before the Lord, "Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips. How shall Pharaoh heed me?"
I did a quick little search, and apparently they think that uncircumcised lips is a metaphor for ineloquent, stammering, not being able to talk well.
Right.
So,
Okay.
is that
in-
them,
in-
so is that them saying,
It
basically,
could just
if
be
you're
them
not a
reading it.
Hebrew, you can't speak good? Because they're basically saying only
well-
people with a dick chopping can speak good.
Well, a circumcised dick is a good dick,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
circumcised lips are good lips.
yeah, that's racist.
But yeah,
Well-
that's what, I don't know. That's what it says anyway.
Well, given the
That's
way I
the
handled that
best guess.
chapter, this Quinn dog has highly uncircumcised lips because that was fucking
think-
rough.
I think we need to bring that back into modern communication. Talk about your uncircumcised lips whenever you stammer over some words.
Yeah,
Sorry, my
we
lips are a little uncircumcised today.
we failed to bring the thigh grabbing in, so we're gonna have to make uncircumcised lips.
I reckon a lot of rugby league players have uncircumcised lips. You know, they're trying to do their little chats with the media after a game, and they're not very good, is basically what I get. All the ones that are transitioning,
110%.
they're like post-career transition into the media, and they're like, they take a while sometimes or fail. Yeah, uncircumcised lips. A lot of them going.
Just taking it one day at a time, 110%.
The boys did well.
Boys did well, yeah.
Credit to the boys.
I only focus on my game. I don't care about any of my own personal accolades. It's all for the team. Uncircumcised.
I reckon that's some circumcised lip behaviour. That's them doing the job. It's
Oh, that's
also the
coached.
delivery that would be bad to me.
That's coached circumcision, though.
That you think
Like-
no natural charisma going on. Like it's
No,
That-
they're just given phrases to repeat.
but would not because circumcision's obviously not natural. Therefore, you're always provided with circumcised lips. So you've got to be trained. Like you don't just get born with circumcised lips. You've got to
What did
given
you
it.
regress.
going on too?
This fucking book is making us lose our minds. All right. Do I dare risk another chapter
Yes.
because we can't?
Does it look
Leave it.
super long?
Yeah, I'll punch it. I'll
Category?
punch it.
Let's
I
do it,
feel
yeah,
like
do it.
I feel like our performance has been acceptable. I don't feel like the Bible's been giving us much to go, other than the circumcised lips, which is probably why we've attached ourselves to it so much.
There's a lot
Are
of
you gonna
mouth and
Oh,
Are you gonna? Are you giving credit to the boys, Luke, or was that a solo effort? That one.
I think individually, full credit to the boys. Yeah, full credit to the boys.
Colin,
Good job.
Quinn God laid the platform.
All right, I'm going to try my best to punch a bit of chapter 7. Chapter 7. So the Lord said to Moses, "See, I have made you as God to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be prophet. You shall speak all that I command you." Are we just going to do, "And Aaron your brother shall tell Pharaoh to send the children of Israel out of his land, and I will harden the Pharaoh's heart." Yeah, fucking mate, righto. And multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not heed you, so that I may lay my hand on Egypt and bring my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch out my hand on Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. This cunt needs circumcised lips. Unfucked.
He has uncircumcised lips, yes.
Fuck me. Then Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Lord commanded them, so they did. And Moses was 80 years old and Aaron 83 years old when they spoke to the Pharaoh. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "When Pharaoh speaks to you, saying, 'Show a miracle for yourselves,' then you shall say to Aaron, 'Take your rod and cast it before Pharaoh and let it become a serpent.'" So they're just doing a fucking party.
A wonder.
So I wonder.
The original magicians.
So Moses and Aaron went into the Pharaoh, and they did so, just as the Lord commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before the Pharaoh, abracadabra, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. But Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, so the magicians of Egypt.
We got sorcerers now. We're gonna bring the wizards, and we got the magicians doing the serpent trick. We got the sorcerers. We need the wizards. Bring them in.
Big wizards. Hey, have the sorcerers when they were trying to figure out the dreams from Jacob? That was just magicians, hey?
I thought it was magicians. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're waiting for wizards.
Giants come back.
And
The
bards.
Giants have never left, have they? I'm gonna get the Giants in here. No,
They just said there were giants. They didn't say anything about them coming or going.
Pharaoh called the wise men and the sorcerers, so the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantment. Oh, so the magicians and the sorcerers are like, "Fuck off, mate. We can do the rod trick." So they're all doing the rod trick too. For every man threw down his rod and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod.
So this obviously begs the question: when magicians, like nowadays it's pure entertainment, how many of them made it to high standing positions because they could do a magic trick? Like, imagine old mate doing the levitation trick now. Back then, he'd be classified as
This
God
is-
himself,
He'd
you
be
know?
straight up.
This is real, Kevin. That
Yeah,
I am
this
is
is
making this like
this is the beginnings.
oh.
Well, if that's the truth, if it is real that these other magicians must follow another god, and he's like also whatever Egyptian gods there must be letting them do serpent tricks as well.
And the
So
serpents.
hold that thought.
Okay.
So hold that thought. For the next line, will maybe give us a little bit more hierarchical information about gods and where they stand. So I think I already said this bit. So for every man threw down his rod and they became serpents. Yeah. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And Pharaoh's heart grew hard, for he did not heed them as the Lord had said. So Aaron's god serpents were way fucking more powerful than the little baby serpents. It's like, boost.
Does that mean sorry?
So the Israel snakes are conquering snakes. They like to take over other snakes.
Like, fuck me.
You know, God was going, I'm going to harden the Pharaoh's heart. Was this him doing that? Was it like he was like, I'm going to empower the snakes to eat the other snakes? And that's so he didn't mystically do some cool to his brain. He somehow
He
made
escalated.
sure that one snake was more powerful. And why Aaron's? Isn't Moses the one he taught the wonder to?
Okay.
And why
Moses
does Aaron
doesn't have
know how many rods are there? I thought it was God's rod that could turn into a snake. Why can all the rods do it?
So maybe we were wrong, and maybe Aaron's the talker and the magician as well, and not
he
just
might.
Moses.
He's got circumcised lips. He's got a hard rod. He's got it all going on.
So why today does everyone know Moses but not Aaron? Aaron seems like the fucking man.
Yeah. And also, it just casually dropped that Moses is 80 fucking years old, by the way.
He is.
Which means he's only got, what has he got, 50 years left or something?
3 chapters ago, he was a fucking little boy floating down a river in a baby basket.
But they've collected some bricks
quite a lot of
since
his
then,
life.
Quindog. They've got some bricks going on. He's circumcised a kid in a kitchen or whatever.
It certainly feels like he talked to God for 50 years straight in some of these fucking monologues. Hey, fucking hell, he's aging as the monologue fucking progresses. So yeah, it says, and Pharaoh's heart grew hard because he's like, fuck that, like the snake trick, fuck you, and I think he's got all hard. So the Lord said to Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hard. He refuses to let the people go. Go to Pharaoh in the morning when he goes out to water, and you shall stand by the riverbank to meet him. And the rod which was turned to a serpent you shall take in your hand. There's so much penis metaphor going on in my brain right now. Hey,
The Pharaoh's heart might be hard, but my penis is hard.
And not the only thing.
let's take that rod and make it I'm going to take that rod in my hand and make it a little bit serpent-like. Go to Pharaoh in the morning, blah, blah, blah. The rod which was turned to a serpent you shall take in your hand, and you shall say to him, the Lord God of the Hebrews has... the Lord God of the... this is God. The Lord God of the Hebrews has sent me to you, saying, let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. But indeed, until now, you would not hear. Thus says the Lord, by this you shall know that I, the Lord, he's going to do that again. Behold, I will strike the waters which are in the river with the rod which is in my hand, and they shall be turned to blood. So the rod's going to do. This is a wand. Hey, this is his wand.
It'd be a staff,
turn to blood.
Just to clarify.
Wizards.
Holy
could be.
Shit, he's got a fucking staff.
But indeed until now you would not hear. Thus, by this you shall know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will strike the waters which are in the... I did this bit with blood. And the fish that are in the river shall die. And the river shall stink, and the Egyptians will loathe to drink the water of the river. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, say to Aaron, take your rod and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over their streams, over their rivers, over their ponds. So Aaron is definitely the more powerful, hey, because Moses is like turning a little stream into blood. But Aaron goes out and just like whoosh, 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 and he does the whole fucking countryside. Take your rod and stretch out your hand over the streams and the rivers and over the ponds and over all their pools of water, that they may become blood. And there shall be blood throughout the land of Egypt, both in buckets of wood and buckets of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Lord commanded. So he lifted up the rod and struck the waters that were in the river, in the sight of the Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. The fish that were in the river died. The river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink the water of the river. So there was blood throughout the land of Egypt.
I feel
Then
like
the
that's just
magi-
killed everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, hey?
Yeah, no.
What is it? 7 days you can survive without water?
Fuck all, yeah. It's fuck
There's
all.
a bit of water in blood.
Huh,
I
fair
reckon you
enough,
could
true.
probably get some kind of hydration from drinking blood.
It's a bit tinny. It's a bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't taste
Gritty.
well. The rotten fish might cause a bit of trouble.
I would drink my blood like this, just bits at a time.
Whose blood is it? Like mystical
fun.
magical
That's a-
blood?
Yeah, that is a good question. Like, remember way back in episode 1 or whatever, like he created the water. You're like, where did the water come from? You're like, yeah, whose blood is this? Where's
Whose
this blood coming
fucking
from?
blood?
If they can turn a stick into a snake, they can turn water into whatever blood.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they've
magic's not
created
real.
blood. They've created blood in that snake. They've created blood in the water.
And is that not going to please the vampire angels?
Oh
Oh, maybe that's what we're gonna get now. Is the I've gone to drink your river.
It
know what?
doesn't sound as
I feel
threatening.
like the writers in Exodus went for a turn to fantasy. Like it didn't have any sorcery earlier, apart from maybe the divination, which let's just say could easily just be interpreting some shit.
I reckon it came in
They're
when
full sorcery.
Joseph brought
Ah.
divination. Joseph brought divination, which was a magical power.
Wasn't that
Like-
the dreams?
Yeah, so I feel like it started getting magical with the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like when he came in, that's when magic.
I don't feel like divination is on like that level of dream reading is on the same as creating snakes and creating blood.
But God
Throughout
Yeah.
turned a bush into fire, didn't he? Although you could be like a lightning bolt struck.
That's
or whatever,
that's
and-
also this. That's also Exodus. He was the burning bush.
Oh
So
yeah.
more magic.
But
They
God's
the
also
writers
allowed.
just become fantasy fans. That's all.
But to Kebevin's point, God's supposed to have all that power. Now they just got magicians and sorcerers and
Sorcerers.
And everyone's making snakes. It wasn't just them.
I do find it interesting that the Bible does imply there's other gods.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
then,
never
yeah,
like
Every believer's like, there's only one God, but the Bible
Yeah.
literally says
'Cause-
regularly there's other
yeah.
gods.
And I know Moses is the 10 Commandments, right? So we're about to get thou shalt not worship other gods or whatever the fuck it is. Like you got to worship the one.
eventually, yeah.
So, but like I'd always thought of that as like all the other gods were fake. But
Yeah, false gods.
But like if the Egyptians
Oh,
if the Egyptians have sorcerers who are doing the same magic, the same wonders that God's doing, just because he can do it better doesn't mean that they don't have some
There
cool
aren't other gods.
behind them.
yeah. They are lesser gods.
Well, like you were saying, yeah, it's like there's a hierarchy. Apparently, it seems like
My God rod, can eat all of your God rods in one fucking go,
Why
one
are they
meal.
all doing the same rod trick? Like, what if one of them turned like a statue into a tiger or some shit? Like, why are they
One
all
up 'em.
throwing snakes about?
A bear,
Some-
a whole bear pops in there. And
Someone should have went for a bird because a lot of birds eat snakes. And then
Birds,
just
yeah,
went for the
chucking a
predator.
kookaburra. It's like that'll
yeah.
sort that shit out pretty quick.
I raise you a rod. All right. Then the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. So they're doing the blood trick now too, by the sounds of it. And Pharaoh's heart grew hard. So they're just like, we can do that. Come on. Pharaoh's heart grew hard, and he did not heed them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house. So I was chipping God before for adding all them redundancies in there, but God was clever enough to know that all the magicians of Egypt could also do the same shit. Yeah. So God's like, oh, they're going to do this, then they'll copy me. Pharaoh will get hard again, and so he knew.
Then he'll turn all of his rods into floppy snakes, and we'll eat them.
So
in our mouth.
at some point, the magicians won't be able to keep up, I'm assuming. And Pharaoh went and turned into his house. Neither was his heart moved by this. So all the Egyptians dug all around the river for water to drink. The Hebrews need water too, yeah?
Yes.
Anyway.
Maybe they're vampires. They got some vampire power.
For they could not drink the water of the river. And 7 days passed after the Lord had struck the river. End of chapter 7. So I think it just flows on, but we got to pull it up there.
Yeah.
I'm glad we finished on that fucking chapter, though. Oh.
Yeah, that's genealogy by stealth after brick chapter. Not good. That was not good.
But yeah, brick chapters was surprisingly bad, but then to get the secondary kick in the balls that we have to deal with another genealogy chapter.
I don't know if you saw it, Quindog.
Oh, was that bring it further to your left. Or to your middle, yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a fucking staff. I get it.
It's a rod.
That's a good staff.
Cunt.
That's a good staff.
Yeah,
Does that have stitches on it?
I think my helper got it for a Gandalf cosplay type scenario at a costume party.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Are you an Egyptian wizard or a Hebrew wizard? Whose team you on?
I'm an independent wizard. I'm a wizard, cunt. Yeah, I'm not none of these sorcerers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're a pirate wizard.
Pirate wizard. Preaching.
That was fun. There was a few ups and downs there. It started strong.
Yeah.
Then it went really fucking bad, but it finished strong again. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Exodus has got a bit more action packed, I feel like, but this episode wasn't really good to suggest that. But there's a bit more going on, overall.
Well summarized, Captain. we must leave that there.
I have very circumcised lips, is what you're telling me.
That's their awesome ending too. Oh, fuck yes. All right. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Kebab. We will continue Exodus hopefully sooner than previous. Look at that lip work by the Captain.
I'm circumcising them.
All right. Brothers Grail. Fucking a few more chapters next time. Peace. You gonna say bye, cunts?
Bye.
Probably not. My plan was just to pose like this.
All right. Bye. Cool. All right.